on my waist, through my hair. Think about it when you touch me there. Close my eyes, here you are, all alone, dancing in the dark.
Sexiest greetings to everyone. Welcome to Jezebel's Couch. Thank you guys for tuning in for my first video. You have to be a little bit patient with me. I have never used a webcam before like this, so it's going to be a lot of me figuring out how everything works, and hopefully it'll turn out good. So my first subject today that I'd like to discuss is open relationships. This is a very common subject that I get asked a lot of questions about, specifically because I am in an open relationship for the last 3.5 years. I consider it a very well-founded relationship. So I'm going to be discussing that a little bit and answering some of the questions I've received from you guys. So let's get started. So I am in an open relationship. I have been since 2012. It is probably the most, not probably, but 100% the most positive, supportive relationship that I've ever been in. My partner is extremely supportive, extremely loving, and extremely accepting. Essentially, what our relationship entails is we are completely open. We have the ability to not only sleep with other people, but also date other people, if we should so choose. The only boundary that we have is that we have to be 100% open and honest about it. Communication is key to open relationships. A lot of people go into open relationships blindly thinking that it's going to be some easy thing that you just jump into and get to have sex with whoever you want, but it's extremely difficult when you first start out. It's not for everybody. It's something that has become more widely accepted in this day and age, but it's definitely something that requires a lot of work. I get a lot of questions like if I ever get jealous or if I got jealous at the beginning. And, to be perfectly honest, yes, at the very beginning of our relationship, I was extremely new to such a concept. All the relationships I had been in the past, I had been cheated on. So coming into a relationship with someone and then, starting out by saying, I will sleep with other people, I'm letting you know that now, it was kind of jarring at first. It was something like I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to handle. But, the key to a successful open relationship that I've found is having the right partner. A lot of people think that anybody can just be in an open relationship. You just, have sex with other people and that's all there is to it. But having the right partner is the key to a successful open relationship. If you have a partner that, wants to have an open relationship on his side, and this is one of the biggest issues that a lot of couples face, is one side wants the open relationship, but they don't want the other side to have that open relationship. There may be some insecurity on either side, but what you have to understand is that if you're going to have an open relationship and one side is going to be open, you can't expect the other side to not be open. There has to be an equal balance for both parties. So essentially the way my relationship went was we sat down and we discussed things that we were comfortable with, boundaries that we wanted to set, and the way we wanted to go about this. A big thing that you need to understand is that when you're in a relationship with somebody, whether you're the one who wants to do the open relationship and bring it up to your partner or vice versa, you have to always make sure that your partner feels that support and that love. It's very important that you make your partner feel special. I think that's what everybody wants in a relationship. They want to feel special. They want to feel different. And I think that's where a lot of issue with open relationships arise, is that your partner doesn't feel special anymore. You're off dating or having sex with other people and your partner feels left out. They feel, alone. They don't feel special. And I think that that's a big problem that a lot of people need to discuss openly. And that's the biggest thing, is that communication. If you're not communicating what you want with your partner, what you don't want, what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, then you're not going to have a successful relationship. Keeping things from your partner, lying to your partner, that's not going to be something that is going to work in the long run. So I'm going to answer some questions that some of my Facebook followers have given me. And let's see here. So let's see. Okay, the first question I have that is from an anonymous follower is, how are you and your partner comfortable with letting each other sleep with other people? And I think this goes back to the whole jealousy and insecurity issue, and sitting down with your partner and discussing these things is definitely the biggest part of it. When I first started, when we first started our open relationship, we sat down and discussed what we were and were not okay with. Back when we first started, we definitely had more boundaries than we do now that we're more comfortable with the concept. But the only rules that my partner and I currently have is that we always use protection with another person that we're sleeping with. It doesn't matter who this person is, we always use protection. That keeps both him and I safe. What we also discuss is, if he's interested in sleeping with someone, he brings it up to me. It's nice having that discussion first, instead of just your partner just vanishing one night and not knowing where he is. That's really where the insecurity lies, is if you feel like you're not enough for your partner. But if you're in it together, if you are in a real, true partnership, you will discuss these things with your partner. You won't keep anything from your partner. It is natural to be attracted to other people, whether you're in a monogamous relationship or not. It's a natural part of human sexuality to be attracted to other people. Whether you act on that or not is up to you, but it's natural to be attracted to other people. I don't feel the need to be insecure or jealous. I have not been given reason to. I mean, my partner treats me like a queen. He treats me like the most important person in his life, and I've never been put second. If we have plans, that's my time. And it's very important that you also have your own space. We have a pretty large house, and we have actually dedicated a room to be our sex room. So if he brings someone over and I may not necessarily be feeling it, maybe I'm tired, or maybe I just don't feel like being sexually active that night, he can take that person into that other room and I'll still have, my room, the rest of the house. I wanted to be able to have my space. If he wanted to have someone over, I didn't want to be involved. I didn't want that to affect me. So that's really the biggest part for me. And just making your partner feel special. Don't give them a reason to feel like they need to be jealous or insecure. If you're keeping things from your partner, if you're secretly texting someone over in the corner and not telling them who it is, keeping it from them, then that's where the main source of insecurity is going to come from. Honesty and communication is key. And I think a lot of people forget that. It becomes very difficult for people. So, how am I okay with letting my partner sleep with other people? I just am. I want him to fully experience everything that life has to offer. I want him to fully be himself. And he wants the same for me. We have given each other the support and the acceptance and the love that it takes to have a successful open relationship. So, here's a good one. This is actually a pretty simple one. What is the difference between an open relationship and cheating? Is it the agreement? The difference between an open relationship and cheating, and you're going to hear me repeat this word a lot, is honesty. Cheating is when you go behind your partner's back and lie about what you're doing. If you have not had an agreement and open discussion about what is okay and what is not okay in your relationship, and you go off and sleep with somebody, that's cheating, especially if you lie about it. An open relationship is where at the beginning of your relationship you are completely honest and open about what you want out of your relationship. So there is no surprises. You go into your relationship not thinking, oh crap, is he going to cheat on me, or is he going to be, is he going to lie about this? You go in knowing that your partner is going to sleep with other people. So that's not a question in your mind. That's not a concern. It's not something that you have to worry about, because it's going to happen. It's been agreed upon. And because of that, you're able to as well. You're able to be yourself and do what it is that you want to do. If you find somebody that you find attractive, you can go to your partner and say, hey, I find this person attractive and I think I would have a lot of fun with this person. And that's something that you can you can go after. It's not a taboo anymore. It's not cheating. It's not something that's going to ruin your relationship. My partner has this funny saying that he says, no one ever throws your shit on the lawn because you forgot to do the dishes or you forgot to take the trash out. People throw your shit on the lawn because they think that you're cheating on them, or they think that you looked at another woman, or they think that you looked at another man. If you completely remove that from your relationship and remove jealousy and remove insecurity, then all you're left with is a loving, supportive relationship. There is no more negativity, and you can save your fights for things like the dishes or where you're going to go on your date or where you're going to travel to. You no longer have room for jealousy and insecure fights. So let me get to my next question. Okay, so this is the question. It says, my husband has only ever been with me, and I feel like he should experience all that life has to offer, including being with someone else. I'd like to give him the option to be with someone else. How do I tell him that it is okay, and what kind of rules and boundaries should we apply to the adventure? I would say, once again, sit down with your husband. Have a conversation. Pour some wine. Make it a sexy occasion. The only issue that you may come into contact with is that he may have insecurities arise that maybe you're wanting him to do this because you also want to do it. So make sure that communication is there. If you also want to be able to go off and sleep with someone else, make that apparent so there's no question. If you just want it to be one-sided and just want him to be able to enjoy this this aspect of your relationship, then communicate that. Let him know what exactly it is that you want. So there's no questions. There's no questions that he's going to be, staying up at night wondering, why is she wanting me to do this? Did she sleep with someone else? Did she cheat on me? Is she wanting to cheat on me? Make it an open, honest discussion, and make it very casual, very laid back. Like I said, make it, sit down on the couch, pour some wine, maybe put on some music, make it into something kind of fun and casual. So it's not so serious. Make sure, definitely, like I said, as far as boundaries are concerned, just make sure that honesty is there. Make sure that safety is there. You always want your partner to be safe, and you want to be safe for your partner. And also, if it's something that you want to get in on as well, maybe you like women, maybe you want to have some fun with your husband, bring that up to him. Be like, hey, I think this would be fun for both of us. I would also let him know if it's a one-time thing. If it's just a one-time thing, say, this is something that I want to do this one time. I would like to experience this with you. I would like to, let you have this adventure one time. If it's something you want to do more long-term, maybe you want to try again, or if it's just a trial thing, there's no pressure. It's your relationship. It's your partner. Let him know, hey, this is something I'm interested in you trying. I think we could both benefit from it. I think you could benefit from it. I would love for you to have this opportunity. And just kind of go from there. See how he reacts. He's your husband. You've committed to him for life. So allow yourself to have that open and honest partnership that you swore to him you would have. It's not something that needs to be taboo. It's not something that needs to be whispered about and strange and odd. I mean, if he goes for it, then awesome. Or if he has questions, feel free to answer them. A lot of people, this is something that they've thought about in their head, but that they've always been too afraid to try, or they've been too afraid of what their partner may say. So as long as you keep that open communication and honesty there, it's going to work out either way, whether he says no or yes. You've got that answer, and you won't have those nagging questions in your head. So this was actually an interesting question. I got asked, how is an open relationship similar to or different from a colored friendship? Now, colored friendship is actually a term I had never heard before, so I actually had to look up the definition of that. And for those of you who don't know the definition, I'm going to read it to you. A colored friendship is a person who you can have an open sexual relationship with without a commitment. So kind of friends with benefits. So what is the difference between this and an open relationship? An open relationship, at least in my sense, is a commitment. You are dating. You are with this person. You are planning a future. You're planning to get married. You're planning all that stuff. A colored friendship or friends with benefits is more of a casual thing. you've got just someone that you like, that you find attractive, but you know wouldn't work out in a actual relationship, so you just sleep around with them. There's someone that you would sleep with. Like my partner has a lot of colored friendships. He has a few friends that he's attracted to that we're all very close with, that he sleeps with, or he and I sleep with together, and it's a more common thing. You know, it's not just a one-time, one-night stand. Like we see them more often than, you know, just a random one-night stand would be. So a lot of people think that if you're in an open relationship, you're obviously not committed to your partner, but that's not true at all. My partner and I are extremely committed to each other. You know, we tell each other everything. We work around each other's schedules. He's involved in everything I'm involved with, and vice versa. We are 100% committed. We plan to get married. We plan to do all these things that a normal monogamous relationship would do. I've got a lot of people not asking questions, but saying things like, if you were mine, I wouldn't let you have sex with anybody else because you're so sexy. And, you know, while I appreciate that compliment, it's very sweet, I want people to understand that a relationship is not owning the other person. It's a part, especially when you have a partnership like I do. You know, I don't call my partner my boyfriend. I mean, I have on occasion, but I mean, it's so much more than a boyfriend girlfriend thing. Like he is my partner in life. You know, you have to be able to be open, and if you want to be able to sleep with other people, then you have to be able to understand that your partner deserves that same understanding and acceptance and openness. You know, don't make it one-way thing. That doesn't work out well. And, you know, if you're sleeping with other people, make sure that your partner is the bigger part of your life. You want to make sure that your partner doesn't feel left out and doesn't feel alone. And, you know, a lot of people feel that when they're, you know, well, why does my partner want an open relationship? I should be enough. And it's not that you're not enough. That's the thing. That's what a lot of people don't understand. You're enough. It has nothing to do with whether you're enough or not. It has to do with who your partner is and who you are as a person. If you want an open relationship and your partner's a little strange about it, you need to explain to them that it's not that they're not enough. They're enough. They're more than enough. They're everything you've ever wanted. But to be able to be themselves and be openly, you know, accepting themselves and who they are, then they have to be able to explore this other side of themselves. And that's perfectly okay. That's what you need to understand. Being supportive to your partner means understanding certain aspects about them that maybe you didn't consider before. You know, before I was in my relationship, I never considered being an open relationship. I was monogamous, and I was terrified of my partner sleeping with other people. I thought that was just the most horrible thing I could possibly think about, and I would have just died if he had slept with someone else. But once you start understanding and listening and communicating, eventually that jealousy and that insecurity just starts to trickle away. There's going to be a point at the beginning where it feels strange, where things are different and changing and odd, and it's scary at first. But having that support of your partner and being able to talk about anything you're concerned about, is what makes that work. Being in an open relationship has actually taught me so much more about myself than I ever thought possible. I'm sitting here talking to you now. I'm more sexually open. I'm a more understanding individual. It's something that has been a journey for me, and I'm excited to be able to share it with everyone. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode, and be sure to subscribe. I'll be doing a new video every week, and find me on Facebook, Jezebel Rose Official on Facebook, and feel free to send me any questions. Maybe you have a sexual question that you want to ask, or something that you would like me to do an episode on. I would love to do it. I've got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about and I want to be open about, and we're going to get into some really exciting stuff. I'm definitely going to start having guests, sitting over here on my couch with me, and discuss a couple of things, different bondage individuals, people in the fetish scene. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you subscribe so you can get those updates, and I will see you next time. Have a sexy evening.
On my waist, through my hair. Think about it when you touch me there. Close my eyes, hear your eyes.